Turn right on Walnut Plain Road.
Morning, guys. It is July 7th, 2023. So we had a call from a lady. She's got a high velocity AC system up in the attic, and she said that it runs for a couple hours and it ices. She shuts it off, and then she runs it for a couple of more hours and it'll ice up upstairs. Well, I asked her, the fan's running up there. They changed the filter, so it's gonna be low on gas. So she shut it off. I said it's gonna be off for 24 hours. That was yesterday. I just called the son, and he did confirm that it's been off for 24 hours. So if not, you can't. If it's iced in a coil, you can't really do anything with it until it's defrost all the way. So I'm thinking it's going to be low on charge. We're going to go over there and start it up and see. The filter's been changed. The fan's working inside. And I can tell if they've been running it, because they've been running it. As soon as I start it, what will happen is the suction line will drop. The temperature will drop right down. And you'll see it. You'll see the temperature getting down 30, 35, 32, and it'll start icing. And then you know they haven't let it defrost long enough. Then it's going to be off for 24 hours before you can play with it. So it's a waste of time if you go up there. So I tell them on the phone before I even go. Shut it off, let it off for a day, leave it off. Don't run it. So when I go there, I could, get it up and running and charge it. So we'll see. I mean, a lot of people will lie to you, because they get hot at night and they try to cool off, the way people are. We'll find out, Molly. Another damsel in distress. Anyway, we'll juice it up. Oh, I'm not gonna fix it. I'm not gonna fix the leak. I'm gonna go there and juice it up. Most of the time the leak's in the evaporator. If there's old shitty systems, need to be redone, upgraded. Phone's ringing off the hook. Flipping been hot out. Been, high 80s last couple of days, so everybody's running their AC and it's dying and they're calling you. Hello, damsel in distress, Miss Molly. Hello, damsel in distress. That's probably 410. What do we got there? It's probably 410. Be clean. Probably low on gas. We're gonna find out. 206. I'll start it. And keep an eye on this right here. See this? That's a suction. It might come up a little bit more. Yep. But if that's below 100, that's below freezing. No, and if it was ice, this would start coming back colder, which is not. See, 71's not crazy low. Yep. It's just a low enough so I can put some gas in it, and then we're gonna bring this subcooling up. See, a 75 on a superheat, that's way high. Yeah. You got no subcooling, and the subcooling's in here. So at 70, we got to put gas in it. Yeah. You're going to leak somewhere. We'll see where this stabilizes out at, but we're definitely going to do it. So 73. Let me go get some gas. I'm going to shut this off so it doesn't start icing. Sure. See, we're at 70. I'm going to show you what 70 is on this thing. Just shut that off for now. 70 on 410A. It's the third column in. Yep. See it? The third column in? Yep. 70 PSI is 15 degrees.
It's pretty cold.
That's colder than freezing.
Yeah, absolutely. 15.
So if you're at 100, like I said, right? 100, it's 31 degrees. Yeah. So then it won't freeze, or it's getting close. Yeah. So let me get some gas. She's gonna need gas, unfortunately. We'll start it back up. Compressor didn't start that time. It starts. Compressor didn't stop that time. There we try starting, but it's not starting. See, it's not dropping. Might have a weak capacitor there. Check the capacitor on it. Alright, so we threw a hard start on it. See if it starts now. Get it started. Alright, so we're gonna have to put some in and bring it up. We're gonna see our subcooling there at we'll give it a little gas. So I'm putting some gas in the suction line there.
Yep.
We're going to bring this subcooling. See we're at 3 there?
Yep.
We're going to bring that up to 9.
Okay.
See, from Indiana? Must be crazy hot there.
It's pretty hot in the summers, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Were you going to school there?
I was out of school, yeah.
What, like some kind of sports?
No, just
School.
engineering. Yeah, I was there.
Feel this heat coming. This is the heat coming out of the house.
Yes, yeah.
Now, when it was low on the refrigerant, you probably weren't feeling a lot of heat.
It's definitely just air moving, definitely wasn't heat.
Yeah. So this hot start kit, that's going to do is give it a boost to help the compressor start. We're putting Freon in it. We're going to bring this up to about 9, and then we'll shut it off, and we'll see where we are with pressures. And this was at, what did I say, 75 or 80?
Yep.
It was too low. That's why it was icing. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to show you. We're putting some in here, bringing this subcooling up. Subcooling happens in this condenser here. See, we're around 8 on our subcooling, which is still a little low. And see, our superheat's starting to come down.
Yeah.
Because that the TXV's regulating the superheat. We gotta add a little more. See, we're still kind of low here.
Yeah.
Give it a little bit more. What do you think about that boat? Went down to see the Titanic, that sub. I mean, that thing like blew apart, right?
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
I was watching a video of them like giving a tour, and you can just see it's like, oh, this thing is not ready to go down there.
Okay, so I just shut the gas off. We're at around 9 on the subcooling.
Yep.
Our superheat's around 20, so that's good.
Yep.
There's a metering device up in the evaporator that's regulating the superheat because it's a metering device. And then our suction's at 140. See it?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's way above freezing. So it's not going to ice like this. See this sweat in here?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we want. It's going to be nice and cold. Because this return line's coming back. It's sweaty. It's cooling the compressor off.
Yes.
So this is all looking good right now. And I measured the tank when I took it out, and I could see how much refrigerant I used. So this is perfect. 9 on the subcooling.
Yep.
Superheats 15, 16, 140. There you go. Simple. And we had to add a hot start because you heard it wasn't starting.
Yep.
So let me check. Check over here for leak. Sometimes these things will leak.
Yeah.
The Schrader cores. I can put some caps on there if that's the case.
Around here it's like 60 out. You just open the windows.
So if that was leaking, that would bubble up. See that? I put that on there. That little jism on there. Yeah, that seemed to be alright. It seemed to be leaking. Yeah, you don't want to be without AC for long.
No, definitely not.
How you doing? We're low on charge. And I had a hot start kit on it because the compressor didn't want to start. I went over everything with your son.
Okay.
So it was down. Suction pressure now is 140. It was down to 73, the suction pressure. So let me show you why it ices. When you lose the charge in this thing, when this thing starts and runs, the suction pressure will drop to a certain amount and stay there. If it's low on charge, that keeps dropping. Okay, so 410A is the third column here. We were 75. 75 when it was running. That's 18 degrees. So that's why it freezes. So now that I put gas in it, we're 140. 140 is 49 degrees.
Wow.
So it's above freezing, and it can freeze. But now you have to make sure you keep the filters clean and changed upstairs, and then the fans working, and you should be fine.
How often should we just change them the other day?
You got a leak somewhere. It's probably up in the evaporator. Most of the time, the leaks are upstairs in the evaporator. But at least you'll have cooling for now. Phone's ringing off the hook when it gets hot like this. So I want to show you what to look for. I want to show you what to look for so you know. Feel the heat coming out of the top of that. Put your hand on there. You feel that?
Yeah.
That's the heat from the house. Then I want you to come over here. Feel this return line right here. Feel that? Feel it. You're not gonna feel how it's cool?
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Okay.
Now if it ices, this is gonna turn to ice. So next time if you come and you see it, come out and look at this. If this is white, just shut it off.
Okay.
Because this is where the compressor, this is where it'll turn white first, then it'll turn white upstairs.
Okay.
But why it ices is just like I saw, you got a leak in it, and when you run it, the suction pressure is going too low.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
I always say it's not rocket science, but he's a rocket scientist, he said. Yeah, she had a pretty significant leak over there. I told her we're gonna have to come back on a cooler day and see if we can locate the leak. The system's not that old. But anyway, that's the deal. It's probably up in the evaporator upstairs. They got cooling for now, and we'll come back on a cool day and see if we can locate where the leak is. And a lot of the times it's in the evaporator that's an issue.
Turn right on